by Dr. Malianny. Dr. Malianny, are you here?
I'm here. Can you hear
Hello,
me?
hello. Yes,
Hi.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Okay, let me get your slide up. All right. So, guys, if you can hear Dr. Malianny, you can put a thumbs up on your reaction so that we know. Yeah, you can hear her loud and clear. All right. Okay, let's get the slide up. So, Dr. Malianny, I pass the session to you. If you want
Okay,
to
thank
go
you.
next on your slide, you can just let me know.
Alright, thank you. Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera kepada semua rakan seperjuangan Tibus. Terima kasih kerana sudi meluangkan sedikit masa untuk mendengar sedikit perkongsian daripada saya. I'll keep it short and simple, and let me start with a little bit of my background. My name is Dr. Malianny Muhammad Kamal. I'm 37 years old. I'm married with one child. I received my Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery in 2009, Master of Radiology in 2014, and Fellowship of Royal College of Radiologists London in 2020. And I'm currently a medical specialist in KPJ Seremban, and doing my insurance as my part-time job. And I have been working as a doctor for the past 11 years, 5 years in government hospital and 6 years and counting in private hospital. Okay, next. Okay, when I first joined, Mr. Pong always asked me, doktor pun jual insurans ke? And doktor tak boleh cari makan ke? So here is my answer to why I do insurance and join Boost. Number one is I want to make money even when I'm sleeping. Um, Walaupun sekarang saya mempunyai full time job yang stabil dan mendapat gaji bulanan 5 angka, tetapi saya sedar bahawa income ini akan hilang sekiranya saya tidak dapat bekerja. Life is unpredictable, so I know I might get sick, I might get fired. So I want to generate enough passive income in Boost as my financial security. And my goal is not to make more money, but my goal is to live life in my own terms. And second, I want to be able to retire early from my job and travel the world. At my current job, I have good money, but I don't have time. I am busy treating other people's family, but I don't have time for my own family. And time is free, but it's priceless. We can always make more money, but we cannot make more time. And once we've lost it, we can never get it back. So I want to have time freedom, and I want to spend more time for myself, my family, and friends. That's why I joined Boost. Number three, I want to build an empire and leave a legacy. We are not going to live forever, so we must create something that will. It's our responsibility to build a legacy for our children and the generation which follow us. In my current full-time job, if I'm gone, I know my son cannot take my position, but in Boost he can. Next. Um, Challenges and obstacle I face in this industry. My number one challenge is time. I work 6 days a week, Monday to Saturday, and I also travel 100 kilometers a day from Cheras to Seremban every day to work. So I really don't have the luxury of time. So what I do to compensate this is to talk and talk and talk about insurance to everyone that I know. Every time I get the chance to borak-borak with anyone, I will always share the importance of insurance. And I love to give awareness and tell people how expensive is the treatment cost in private hospital especially. And I also believe in law of attraction. The more we talk about it and think about it, the more it will come to us. So all I do is keep sharing about insurance. Um, Number two is distraction. I tend to get distracted when I see my other friends doing well in other business. I have the tendency to lose focus, and so what I do is I look back at all my reasons why I choose to do insurance and why I choose to join Boost. Insurance industry is a sustainable and a growing business. I truly believe that one day in our country, all this all of us are required or compulsory to have insurance, just like in the states. And I also look back at my goals and plan and remind myself that success takes time. And number three, exhaustion and tiredness. Once in a while, we cannot run from this. So the only way to overcome this is to have a great support system. Thanks to my wonderful leader, Kohanisa, and team members, we have a weekly online meeting to share our stories, to share our ups and downs, and to cheer each other up. Even though we cannot meet up face to face, but we are always there for each other. I also have a buddy so that we can push each other when we are lazy or when we are down. So surround ourselves with positive people. Next. Okay. Three things I constantly do so far is my number one is CPC. It's very simple. I don't have much time to spend, but I'll make sure by hook or by crook to maintain my CPC every month. It is very doable. Just try to get one case minimum a week, and at the end of the month you get at least four cases. Number two is to focus and be persistent in what you do. Be disciplined. Uh, don't be lazy. Study about the product. Get to know the product and love the product. So when you are genuinely in love with the product and you keep sharing about it to everyone, they will see the importance. They will be aware that our insurance is good, and that's how I managed to close all of my clients. Don't wait for opportunity, but we have to create it. We have to take every opportunity to talk about insurance, and never give up, because success takes time. Rome was not built in one day. Okay. I also like to share from this quote from Elon Musk. When something is important enough to us, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. Next. Um, these are my little and humble achievements so far, and I hope to achieve more in the future with all of you. Um, and my future goal is to recruit and grow. Um, I believe that great things in business are never done by one person, and they are done by a team of people. Alone, we can do so little, but together we can do so much. And last but not least, next, um, there are no limits to what you can accomplish except the limits you place on your own thinking. So always remember, keep going, and don't limit yourself. Nothing is impossible. Okay, Mr. Andrew, I think that's all from my sharing. Before I end this, I would like to thanks to my leader, Ku Hanisa and Cik Halimatun, my team members, Faris, Sarah, Nina, Utama, Adila, for always inspiring us, and last but not least, my beloved teachers, Mr. Pong, Mr. Charles, Mr. Andrew, and Boost for this opportunity. All the best to us and keep going. That's all.
All right, thank you, Dr. Marini. Before we go on with our next speaker, maybe we can ask you for
Okay.
an advice, or maybe there's something that you want to tell us. Uh, for those who are still thinking, yeah, whether they want to start something new, or maybe they are people that as busy as you, because especially as a doctor, as a frontliner, especially at this time, it's very busy, yeah, for all the doctors, nurses, those who are working in the healthcare system and all that. So, what what is your advice, or what is the one thing that you can tell these people uh, if they are thinking of whether they should, start something new, or whether they should build a second income or a third income? What is your advice?
My advice is you are in the right business and industry. Um, I can say that I have a very hectic schedule because during this COVID pandemic, I have to even be on call 2 weeks in a row, 24 hours in the hospital. I also commute, travel 100 kilometers a day to hospital every day, but I still able to maintain my CPC because it's not hard at all. It's easy if we put our heart and if we try, if we dare to try. How I get my CPC is that because I don't have much time to borak-borak, to lepak. So even when I'm working in hospital, in between doing jobs, if I can speak to my staff, my colleagues, I will talk about insurance. And they will ask me, how come doctor you know so much about insurance? Then I tell her I'm an agent because they trust me. So I get new prospect and I tell them, let me review your current insurance, whether you have enough limit yearly. So that's how I treat the opportunity to find new prospect. Just talk and talk and talk about insurance everywhere, every time. During makan-makan, during hari raya, during berbuka puasa, I always talk about the importance of insurance. And I think this business, it takes time for us to grow, to build our team. Our team. We cannot try for 1 or 2 years and give up. It's not enough because most successful billionaires or millionaires, they take at least 6 to 10 years. They don't become successful overnight. So, and because I work in hospital, I know how expensive is the medical bill. So our job is to share and create awareness among the people. I think that's the most important thing that keep me going.
Okay, all right. So I think time
Yes.
is not something that will stop you, yeah, from achieving what you want, but more on whether you really want it or not, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
doctor. Okay. Maybe is there anything that you want to comment on, whether about time management, and you doctor, and then you become an insurance person. Uh, how does that really mix in? Because like people will normally see doctor as doctor, like
Yeah.
apa, pekerjaan yang gaji dia tinggi kan. Then tak pernah terfikir doctor also can become an insurance person. So how you manage to handle the people think about this, their
Okay.
thinking.
First of all, saya tak ada perasaan malu because to me uh, even though I have a stable income and a good pay, but if one day I get sick and I cannot work, I will lose the income. I don't have income protection, so they can say whatever they want, but I know why I do this. And I think it's a good business because not only that we help ourselves to create income protection, but we also help people. One day when they get sick, they will be thankful to have insurance, because I've seen many of my patients, they cannot continue the treatment because of the limit, because the insurance has very little limit every year. And I've seen people who who lost all their savings just to pay the hospital bill. And I would like to answer to one of the question. When people said they don't want insurance, they want to go to government hospital. Actually, we have to tell them that even in government hospital, if you are not a government servant, if you don't have your pension, you still have to pay a big sum of money for treatment. For example, angiogram in Hospital Serdang will cost you about 30,000, and the the most urgent case can only be done after 3 months. You have to wait for 3 months to get the procedure done. And I have my own friend whose father passed away before the appointment, before the 3 months appointment. Because, for example, heart problem, you cannot wait for 3 months to get the treatment. And even in government hospital, it costs you about 30,000, and not many people can pull out that kind of money when needed during emergency. That's what people don't understand. Government hospital is a long queue, and you still need money to get the treatment there. The service is free, but the alat-alat you have to pay for yourself.
The equipment, the stand, and all that, right?
Yes, yes. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so due to time constraint, once again, thank you, Dr. Malianny. That is a very, very insightful sharing, especially about the medical bill and all that. So once again, congratulations, Dr. Malianny,
Okay,
for
thank you for your time.
for being here with us and for being able to build your financial security network with us. All right.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Malianny. Right. Go. Okay. So, guys, if we see that you posted some questions in the chat, but due to time constraint, we are not able to get Dr. Malini to answer everything. But of course, if we have the time later on, maybe. All right. So once again, thank you, Dr. Malini. And next, I would like to invite Mr. Charles Chan, the head of training and development of Post Consulting Malaysia, to say a few words and perhaps to help us to do a summary on what Dr. Malini has shared with us. Mr. Charles, are you there?
Yes, I am. Thank you very much, Andrew. Can you?
Yes, loud and clear.
All right. Okay. First of all, good evening, selamat petang, and selamat Hari Raya pada all our Muslim colleagues, and also all our guests who are here this evening. Welcome to our platform, our Power Charge Night. Okay. At the same time, I would like to congratulate Chan Chorola for being the top partner unit for the first half of March. That's action of 135,000. That's a very good performance. All right, just a quick review of Dr. Malini's sharing. I think the key thing, tiga benda yang paling penting adalah satu, pendapatan pasif. As she mentioned it, is very important. Second is masa, time. Like I've shared in the past, I think the last two Power Night, to live a complete life, it is always useful to have good health, time, and also money. Three together, not only one or two items, not all three together. And the third item she mentioned, Doctor mentioned, is leave behind a legacy. for our children and grandchildren. Now, the first point on passive income, very quickly, I want to share something. At the same time, I also want to share the progress of our target. Where are we right now? Okay, and can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, our target is the same. The goalpost for 2021 target is 100 million, 75 million from Malianny, and the balance from Takaful side, 25 million. And where are we now? We are right now one of the way, satu tiga, exactly 33.3 million. As said yesterday, submission basis. So Allianz side contributed a little bit more than 30 million, Takaful is 3 million. So we are only about one, if we talk about 16 May, then it's about 1/3 lah. So we are pro rata. So pro rata 1/3 of the year, 1/3 of the goal. So I think the 100 million in terms of submission and even issue, I believe by issue, we are there. But then don't slow down or slack because we got to keep on moving. Yeah. All right. I think what I'm going to share very quickly in sync with apa yang Dr. Malianny share tadi berkenaan dengan passive income. I'm going to share this table called MDIT income table. This is where we can calculate the income projection. Now this table is not new, it's inside our push portal. Maybe some of us are not aware, so I will show you. Can you see the table?
Not yet.
Oh, not yet.
Not yet.
How do we see now? Okay.
You open in Excel already?
Yeah, open already. So what I stop share.
Yes. Open share Excel.
Alright, can you see it?
Yes.
Okay. Yang ni adalah, we call it the MDIT income model table. It's a model, is auto calculate by itself. This one is for Allianz. We also have a version for DI and also Zurich Takaful. Now, apa yang kita perlu buat adalah kita isikan petak yang kuning aja. Fill in the yellow boxes ni, because our business here focuses on two things, selling and recruiting. Both are important, but as a BP, recruitment is more important. Personal sale for new partners and partners, yes, important, but more important is actually recruitment. Yeah. Okay. Now, what kind of benchmark are we looking at? So for personal sales, if you do like what Dr. Malianny is doing, 4 cases a month, at a case size of 3,000 ALP satu case, then once you key in, the activity will come out by itself. You show you need to see 12 prospect setiap minggu. Automatic one. So if you look at 2 cases, let's say 2 only cases here, then the prospect you see is only 6. Of course, CPC we need 4 cases. So if you 4 cases, then if you look at your income, here we look at personal sales per year, your income will be like this over the next 6 years, 6 tahun. Pendapatan anda akan menjadi macam ni. But personal sales alone, this is what we call active income, pendapatan aktif. Active income won't go very far, because after 6 years, you find your income is still 1,100 over 1,000. And year 7, 8, 9, you will mendata or plateau. Mendata at 152,000, 6 years commission. You will go flat, you won't go higher already. That's why you need to do recruitment. This is a very good reminder to all our BP, because if you do recruitment, then you have 2 additional income called number 3, called direct override and indirect override. Okay, if you recruit only 1 a year, satu tahun, and this is 50%, means half of your recruit are doing well, like you. We call it successful duplication. If only 1 recruit a year, then the direct overriding and the indirect override income sangat kecil, very little inside. Your personal sales income in 6 years can be $500,000, but your direct and indirect override very little. So 1 recruit a year is not enough. So if you look at, let's say if you look at 6 recruit a year, half of them do well, the other half didn't do well. Then you look at your direct income again, increase a lot, 20, 40,000. Your indirect income will goes to it will grow exponentially, sangat cepat, up to 500,000 by year 4 and 1 million by year 5. I see. Very fast one, no? If you do personal sales alone, no, your income will be more than 200,000, even though you CPC every month. Okay, but if you do 12 recruit a year, one a month, and half of them only do a successful and follow you, then you find that the income jumps very high. It becomes up to multi-million. If you go to year 6, you can become 17 million. Of course, one recruit a month is quite challenging, but if you can do six, I think that's very good already. You will hit 1 million. Year 6, like what Dr. Malianny said, to build take easily 6 years and above. So here, if you look at year 6, you can actually earn 1 million altogether. Personal sale, direct OR, and indirect OR become 1 million a year. Can you see that? Now, this table you can use it for yourself. You can also use it in sharing with potential recruit to share with them that all they need to do is to look at activity only. To earn this kind of 1 million by year 6, you only need to see 12 prospect a week and then talk to 5 potential recruit a week. Maybe the 5 also maybe out of these 12, orang yang sama, 5 dari 12 lagi. 5 out of these 12. So actually 1 week you see only 12 people. 12 people, 1 day is only 1 or 2 only. Is it a lot? It's not really a lot, is it? 1 day see 1 or 2, and then this is the kind of activity which is also selling and also recruitment, because we work on selling is recruiting. And then your personal sales will become like that in terms of result. Your recruitment will be like this, and your income will be like this. All you need to do is just key in the numbers. All right, okay. Thank you very much for listening, and thank you very much, Dr. Malianny, for sharing. I will pass the session back to Andrew, and meanwhile, stay safe and all the very best. And thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Charles. For those who are wondering, what is this MDIT table all about? Yeah, especially to our new guests, you can always ask the person who invite you to this event for the MDIT table, right? Okay, let's go on with our next